Tonight, in north central Alberta, two NHL teams will share the ice. A pair of clubs who are dealing with failures to meet expectations. This is a rare evening in which one side knows just how the other is feeling. This is as even a playing field as Edmonton or Toronto can expect. Yet this is more than a game. These are rivals in the hopes of landing the next big thing. On the other side of the continent, they wait for these two. The future is within reach, but tonight, it waits. A dozen points separate Toronto and Edmonton with 3 weeks to go, but psychologically, this one's a dead heat. Ping pong balls over hockey pucks, the prevailing conversation about these two. Welcome into Hockey Central. I'm Darren Millard. Over there, Sportsnet Ontario with Greg Millen, Paul Romanuk, and Chris Simpson. And over here, Sportsnet West, you have Drew Menda with Kevin Quinn and, yes, Gene Principe. We're bringing two channels together on one pregame, Gene.
Yeah, this is such a big game. We got to have like 17 people working at the game as well as in studio, and it is a big game for both teams. And well, I don't want to say especially for the Oilers. Every game is big when it comes to, I guess, getting respect and being competitive, and especially something you want to do at home as you kick off what remains as the longest homestand of the season. The Oilers did play 7 in a row back kind of middle October into the first couple of days in November, and as they do so, the one thing that's going very well for the Edmonton Oilers right now, it is their power play. I'm not sure they're too concerned as to why. They're just happy the fact that they're scoring a lot of goals, and at least it's giving them a chance as they did pick up 2 points on a road trip that left them winless in their last 7 overall. Now, I don't know anything about the other team, but I believe I found somebody who has. The Oilers have the man advantage. We've got the woman advantage. Who's better looking? Don't answer that. Christine, take it away. Christine,
thanks for letting me share your space here, Gene. So yeah, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, this is their one last chance to avoid being swept in their swing through Western Canada. This is the final game of a 3-game road swing. Now, once again tonight, no Peter Holland. He is sitting out nursing a lower body injury. In that, for the Leafs, it'll be Jonathan Bernier, who is undefeated in his career against the Edmonton Oilers, 3-0, including 1 shutout. Well, for the Leafs, of course, their road record, it has struggled all season long. They have just 8 wins away from the Air Canada Centre, but I can tell you, there is plenty of blue and white in the stands here at Rexall Place, so all kinds of Leaf fans have come out to cheer their team on. Darren?
Loving the St. Paddy's Day green as well, Chris Simpson. Back here at Hockey Central, Millard with Scott Morrison and Corey Hirsch. It's a rare game where both clubs are expected to compete with that other team. No woe is me in this one. You're have to challenge the other club.
Well, it's one of those situations where you look across and no disrespect, but you really don't want to lose to the other guy, because as bad as you're feeling, if you are the loser tonight, you're only going to feel worse.
Well, absolutely, and players are all competitive. Like, they want to win. I know it's been a tough year for all of them, both teams, but when you go out there, you don't go out there saying, oh, I'm going to play terrible. You go out there to play hard, and you go out there to win, and both of these teams are going to want to win this game tonight, so it should be interesting.
It has to be a little bit different mindset when you're getting beat up over and over and over again, that you come up against somebody that's having a season just like you.
Finally we can win. I said this. It's like when players used to play against Patrick Waugh and then would have to play against me. They would be licking their chops. They got to score against me.
Well, it's like Joffrey Lupul said, you kind of find yourself counting the days until the end, but you still want to show up and compete.
Pipers are ready, and so are we on Hockey Central on Sportsnet West and Sportsnet Ontario. Hockey Central brings you the Leafs and the Oilers.
Rogers Oilers Hockey. Brought to you by Rogers, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers and the NHL. By Molson Canadian, anything for hockey. By Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. And by the Rexall family of pharmacies.
Welcome back. Game 70 on the way for Edmonton, home game number 33. Before we get to that, it's time to play Safeway's $1 Million Score and Win. If any Oilers player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Elmer Leland of Sherwood Park, Alberta, could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Sportsnet.
All right, Gene, thanks very much. To the second and final meeting between the Oilers and the Leafs. Let's meet the starting goaltenders. Brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official copy of the NHL. Ben Scrivens faces his old team for the first time in his career. 10 of Scrivens' 12 wins this year have come right here at Rexall. And 26-year-old Jonathan Bernier gave up 3 goals on 34 shots in Vancouver Saturday. It was his 4th loss in his last 5 games. 4-1 was the final there. The Oilers coming off the final game of the road trip. It was in Columbus on Friday. They lost that game 5-4 in the shootout.
Had a good comeback. They played hard, but they were inconsistent on the road. And the talk was this morning about a 60-minute effort from the Edmonton Oilers.
Derek Roy, Teddy Purcell, and Nail Yakupov start up front. Klefbom and Schultz are on the blue line. And 2 Alberta boys will start for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Dion Phaneuf and Joffrey Lupul. And we are underway. Jake Gardiner is the partner of Joffrey Lupul on the blue line, and he sends that puck in deep. These teams came together February 7th in Toronto, and the Leafs won that game by the score of 5-1. Derek Roy. Up the middle, a pass intended for Purcell doesn't work, and Phaneuf's got it. He plays it off the boards, and it goes right to Smith. Gets the puck in, Schultz. Quickly out as the Leafs make a change. Here comes Derek Roy. Roy, drop pass for Yakupov. Snaps the shot, and that one is blocked by a former Edmonton Oiler in the form of Eric Brewer.
Big time space because of the change the Toronto Maple Leafs made.
Leaf fans in numbers always travel cheer for their team in opposing buildings. A shot right on from Pouliot, and he scores. 43 seconds into the contest. The Oilers have a 1-0 lead.
If you want to play with speed, you want to be quick, you got to get out of your zone effectively. And the Oilers do that. They do it with support. They drive the puck deep, and all kinds of space is created. All kinds of space is created here. Jordan Eberle drops it. The shot, Eric Brewer goes to block it. Off his hand, into the net. That's why it goes in, besides the velocity that Benoit Pouliot had on that shot.
Eberle and Marincin pick up the helpers. 53 seconds in. The Oilers have a 1-0 lead. And Benoit Pouliot's got his 15th goal of the season. Kadri brings it back for the Maple Leafs. Kadri trying to throw it in front of the net. It comes to the near side. And Jordan Eberle continues his hot streak. He's now in a 5-gamer. And it has produced 9 points.
I love how he gained the zone. He came out with some speed, with some quickness, got the zone, drove the puck deep, and then just dropped it with a big shot.
Martin Marincin picks up his 2nd helper of the year. Bozak can't get it by Gordon. And we've got a penalty and an interference call as we take a look at the goal by Benoit Pouliot.
Good exit out of the zone with terrific support, a little 5-foot pass, and then Benoit Pouliot just slows up. And look what that little slow up does. It creates all kinds of space for him to get that drop pass and the shot. Smart support by Benoit Pouliot. Matt Hendricks in the penalty box. 2 minutes interference along the boards. No, he's working. He's trying to gain the puck. Puck battles are a big key to Matt's game. Matt continues to hold Tyler Bozak there, and that's why he gets the penalty.
Leafs were 0 for 7 in the game in Vancouver. Shot from Phaneuf goes off Scrivens. Marincin plays it off the glass. Can't get it by Phaneuf. Able to keep it in for Tyler Bozak. Bozak down low for Van Riemsdyk. Sends it around the boards. Kept in there by Brennan. Bozak. Kessel. Down low for Bozak. He's got Van Riemsdyk out in front. The puck is deflected high and picked up there by Brennan. Sent down the ice by Martin Marincin. Leafs were 1 for 3 in the game back in February in Toronto. They've got 2 power play goals in their last 6 games. A power play that is ranked 28th on the road. Dion Phaneuf, drop pass, sent in by Van Riemsdyk to Brennan. Kessel plays it back to the point. Waiting for it there is Dion Phaneuf. Van Riemsdyk plays it back to the point. Brennan has to hustle over to keep it in. Now he'll get it to Bozak. Phaneuf calling for it. Pass for Kessel. Comes to Van Riemsdyk. He plays it around again to Brennan on the near side. They'll start again. This is Van Riemsdyk. Phil Kessel waiting for it on the far side. Kessel had the only goal in that game against Vancouver. He scored on a penalty shot. Tyler Bozak, 11 power play goals on the season. But a giveaway here. Pouliot and Boyd Gordon are up front, creating all kinds of havoc in the Leaf zone. Fane and Marincin on the blue line. Morgan Riley to Joffrey Lupul. Lupul walks out in front, lays it across to Riley, but Riley couldn't get that puck to settle down. Now he does. Kadri back to the point, waiting for it there is Gardner. Gardner goes quickly across to Riley, snaps a shot. Opportunity for Kadri as the penalty is over. One shot for the Toronto Maple Leafs on that power play. Hendricks is out of the box and has the puck right now. Matt Hendricks leads the charge as the Oilers make a change. He's got Lander driving for the net. Then there is Bernier with a glove save, and he'll hang on to it. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
For the Edmonton Oilers, defensive structure has to get back in their game. This 7-game losing streak, 4.29 goals against allowed per game. That's got to improve. And for the Toronto Maple Leafs, you'll watch the last couple of games, you got to get the want back in your game. You got to want to be out there, and everybody's been talking about it. You know, you've got to want to be out there. Corey Hirsch talked about the passion. Find something to play for, like each other.
Kozun racing forward. He is checked by Keith Aulie, a former Toronto Maple Leaf, as it comes back to McWilliam. Couldn't handle it. He and Eric Brewer on the blue line. This is Lidstrom, a fourth line on the ice for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Scrivens waits for it. It came slowly into the trapezoid. Kozun to Lindstrom. Lindstrom to the middle it goes for Sill. But Fraser is there to flip it down the ice. An opportunity for Hamilton. No, it's coming back.
Wow, that was close.
We have our first winner in our score and win contest on behalf of Safeway and Yoplait Source or Yoptimal. Murray Esplin of Edmonton has won the Garmin Verb Elite HD action camera thanks to the owner's first goal scored by Benoit Pouliot.
Here's the fly pattern. You can send it down the field and you're just hoping the receiver's going to run underneath it. Well, it's a tough call right there for an official. You got to look up, you got to look down, you got to find it. That one looked onside to me, though. Ryan Hamilton, I think, agrees with me, Kev.
He does.
As usual.
Hamilton didn't dress in that game in Columbus on Friday. But Luke Gazdic not feeling well. They sent him home in the morning, so he is out of the lineup. Taylor Hall may be coming back sooner than people think. Yakupov gives it to Klefbom. Klefbom keeps it in at the blue line. Round to Teddy Purcell. Purcell checked by Brewer. Punt. Quick pass out to Kessel. Kessel speeding in against Klefbom. Klefbom wins the battle for the puck. Almost gave it away to Panik. Does come to Bozak. Kessel, couple of opportunities. Scrivens will cover and get the whistle.
Good defensive play by Oscar Klefbom against Phil Kessel, who has a world-class release. When Phil Kessel gets the opportunity, it gets off his stick in a hurry, and it usually gets into the net. The guy's phenomenal that way, and that's what he's looking for. He's looking to find some space to shoot it, and there is Oscar Klefbom just pushing the puck away, using the extended reach of the stick. Good defensive play because you're using your stick to do most of the work. That's your best weapon defensively.
That penalty shot goal scored by Kessel on the weekend was his first since February the 26th. May explain why the Leafs are where they are.
Might be, yep.
60 points on the season. They are ranked 29th on the road. At just 8 wins away from the Air Canada Center. Scrivens comes out to play that puck. He will have clear sailing. 3 shots for the Leafs, 1 for the Oilers, but that one went in. Boyd Gordon back to Rob Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer's shot goes high. Hendricks keeps it in on the near side for Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer down low for Boyd Gordon. Boyd Gordon being watched by Gordon right out in front for Klefbom, who came flying up the middle. Oscar Klefbom stays with it, throws it towards the net. That shot goes wide. The Oilers want to get a change in, get their top line out there. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins hops over the boards. He's got 19 goals. He has tied a career high with those 19. Pouliot to Eberle. Eberle with Nugent-Hopkins going to the front of the cage. Eberle drops it for Klefbom. He is checked there by Booth. Carries on. Klefbom strong. Drops it back for Nugent-Hopkins. Here's Nugent-Hopkins driving the net. Phaneuf takes him down. And Dion Phaneuf is going to go to the penalty box. Scrivens to the bench. 6 attackers on the ice for the Oilers. And it is touched by the Leaf captain before he heads to the sin bin. Benoit Pouliot, 3 points in his last 3 games as the game's first goal.
Well, not exactly the homecoming Dion Phaneuf had hoped for, but what a start to his morning as he was signing autographs for this young little Leaf fan and a little older one, and then renewing old acquaintances with Cam Tate, a well-known journalist from the Edmonton area. Now, Dion doesn't have his mom here. She's in Florida, and his dad isn't here either. That's because his younger brother, Dane, plays for the Sherwood Park Crusaders of the AJHL, so he's in a playoff game tonight, so dad is there. When it comes to watching Dion, his family already has seen Phaneuf.
And he's in the penalty box right now for tripping, and the red-hot Edmonton Oilers power play goes to work for the first time as Schultz lets the shot go. And Bernier makes the save.
One of the other aspects of having a good power play is that face-off win in the offensive zone. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is one of the better guys at it. But it's interesting when that happens because Anton Lander often slides in there on that second unit. He comes in on that face-off, and he's been excellent. He was very good on the road and getting draws for those offensive chances.
Wins another one. Eberle at the point, gives it back to Schultz. This is Nugent-Hopkins, snaps it with Lander providing the screen, but the puck goes wide. Pushed down the ice by Komarov. Komarov, he is with Smith. Toronto 10th on the road when it comes to penalty killing. That is one bright spot for the Leafs away from home. Nugent-Hopkins stops up against Brewer, drops it back for Schultz. Schultz goes to Eberle. His shot finds the top of the net. Jordan Eberle, his 6th power play goal of the season. And the Oilers lead 2-0.
Number 14's a little jacked up today. Jordan Eberle coming again out of the zone with speed. Nice job in the middle, kick it to the outside. Eberle with a beautiful delay, but then he doesn't stay on the boards. He gets to a shooting and scoring position. Justin Schultz drags to the middle and finds his man. And we saw Jordan Eberle score on the road with a shot up in the top shelf, and he does it there. 2 points and 2 goals so far for Jordan Eberle.
And a power play that is 9 for its last 18. You can do the math on that one, big boy.
It's good, I know that.
Schultz and Nugent-Hopkins get the assists. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins now has 2 points. They have given the assist to Nugent-Hopkins and taken it away from Marincin on that first goal. Kozun back the other way. Kozun against Ferentz. Kozun gets the blue line, throws it behind the net, waiting for it there. Is Sill, it got by him. Lidstrom carries on. Derek Roy knocks him down. The puck's still alive. Ferentz to the near side it goes. Keith Auley takes a hit from Sill, who got the worst of it. Auley played 57 games with Toronto. Here is another shot and another goal by Benoit Pouliot. It's 3-0 Edmonton.
Think we're going to see a goalie change? I think so. 3 goals on 4 shots, and Benoit Pouliot's got 2 of them. I think James Reimer is going to come in. Yes, sir. Again, though, excellent job coming out of the zone with support. Benoit Pouliot, terrific timing. He's wide open. Nobody's near him. He's got all day to walk in, even though Jonathan Bernier comes out for the challenge. Look where he lets the shot go from. Right from the top of the face-off circle. No Toronto Maple Leaf near him. It's a nice exit out of the zone. And it's a heck of a shot. Jonathan Bernier just got talked to by Peter Horchek, and I think Peter Horchek just came over and said, hey, this isn't on you. This is on the team, the way they started. But 2 dynamite opportunities and 2 dynamite shots for Benoit Pouliot.
Benoit Pouliot now with 16 goals on the season. 2 goals in 52 seconds has chased Jonathan Bernier from the nets. And James Reimer comes in. His last start was March 13th to start this Western Canadian road trip. He was in Calgary. Gave up 6 goals on 28 shots. He has lost his last 4. He's 7-15. But the Oilers explode for 3 goals here in the first period. Yakupov and Keith Auley get the helpers. Keith Auley's first assist in 23 games and his first point of the year.
Number 67, Benoit Pouliot.
Phil Kessel, along with Panik and Bozak. This is Richard Panik, checked by Lander. Lander comes to Marincin. Marincin to Hamilton. Hamilton, Fraser, and Lander, the forward line now for the Edmonton Oilers. Hamilton behind the net.
8 seconds.
Ryan Hamilton, 12 games as a Toronto Maple Leaf between 2011 and 2013. Backhanded in. Knocked down by Bozak, uses the glass and gets the puck down the ice. James Reimer, who turned 26 on Sunday, unexpectedly for him in the nets here at Rexall.
Well, the Toronto Maple Leafs, you mentioned it, Kevin, they've had some problems on the road. Their last 20 road games, there is just one win in that W category, which is absolutely amazing. The goals just been outscored, they've been outchanced, they've been out everything on the road. It's been a dismal last part of the season for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Their last win on the road was March 3rd in Florida. They gave up 6 goals in Calgary, 4 in Vancouver, and 3 so far here against Edmonton. 8 wins on the road, their lowest since 9 wins in the 91-92 season. Morgan Riley will give it to Joffrey Lupul. Lupul avoids a big hit from Hendricks. The puck comes right in front for Klinkhammer. And then Brewer runs into Klinkhammer, and then everything breaks loose as Hendricks came flying in there.
The original call was going to go to Eric Brewer for a punch on Ron Klinkhammer. And then everybody got into the act. Right as soon as Klinkhammer got punched by Eric Brewer, all the Oilers were jumping in, as were the Maple Leafs. Eric Brewer, the former Edmonton Oiler. Here's how it starts in front of the net. Just a turn and slide the puck towards the net. Rob Klinkhammer with that little push-off gains the space. That's what ticked off Brewer, and then everybody got involved after that. It's a little trick that guys will do offensively, is that they'll push off and they'll gain that space. Brewer didn't like it at all.
Todd Bertuzzi, the master at that.
Yes.
Well, we have another winner in our score and win contest. On behalf of Safeway and Yoplait Source or Optimal, Christina Henry of Stony Plain has won the Lagostina 10-piece cookware set on the goal by Jordan Eberle.
You know who also was really good at that? The now president of the Toronto Maple Leafs, Brendan Shanahan. When he played, he would do it all the time, and he would finish the play as well in front of that. He'd push off, gain that space, and snipe it.
So Brewer gets the only call. It is a roughing minor to Eric Brewer, and the Oilers go back on the power play. Jordan Eberle struck at 7:16.
Toronto penalty to number 2, Eric Brewer.
Eberle will start this first unit along with Schultz, Nugent Hopkins, Purcell, and Lander. Schultz for the pass to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins dishes to Lander. Lander drops it back for Nugent Hopkins. Lander in the corner, hit by McWilliam. Eberle plays it back to the point. Schultz waiting for it. Lander gives it to Eberle. Eberle to the middle for Purcell, gets the puck back again. Spins to avoid Smith. Eberle dishes back to Schultz. Goes cross ice to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Schultz. Schultz down low for Eberle. Eberle, Nugent Hopkins side of the net. Fires that puck high. Dion Phaneuf gets double teamed by Lander and Purcell. Purcell comes up with the puck for Eberle. He plays it back to Schultz. And unable to handle it at the blue line. Purcell, quick pass to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins fending off McWilliam. Back to the point it comes. Schultz has got Purcell with him. This is Danny Purcell. Purcell to the middle for Eberle. Back again to Purcell. Purcell to Eberle. Purcell, Eberle, out in front. Lander scores! Anton Lander. His 4th power play goal of the season.
You could tell this one was coming. Again, puck recovery was excellent, but the puck and player movement is outstanding, and it's all running because of number 14. He is doing everything. He gets the lane to the net, and then he walks it, and he waits until it draws the goalie and the defenseman over, and by that time, all he has to do is make one of his beautiful, perfect passes. Nice play by Purcell. It draws the man down as Eberle starts to walk, and when he walks, look at that pass. That is between the legs of a man sliding to block it. The man sliding is Andrew McWilliam, and what a great pass by Jordan Eberle, who's on fire.
Jordan Eberle has got 3 points. We're halfway through the first period. Teddy Purcell picks up the other assist on the goal by Anton Lander, his 6th of the year. As that ball goes out of play. Benoit Pouliot, his 4th 2-goal game of the season. The Oilers in control.
Well, Drew and Kevin talked about the fact Keith Aulie has his first point this season as a member of the Edmonton Oilers as he faces one of his old teams. The other is Tampa Bay, and this is a look at some time he spent on the father's trip with his dad at Central Park when he was a member of the Maple Leafs. On off days, he liked to spend his time fishing in Toronto. Same thing he did in the Tampa region. There he is with Bob Azumi, and he is the kind of teammate that will literally give you the shirt off his back.
7 shots for the Oilers, 4 goals, 2 goaltenders now for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Benoit Pouliot, his 10th career 2-goal game, and he has the puck again. Marincin shot, and he is in a bid for his first National Hockey League goal. Yakupov gives it back to Marincin. Yakupov has Panik right on him. Panik centering pass for Bozak. It comes instead to Pouliot. He will give it to Derek Roy. Roy gets to the blue line. Stopped by Morgan Riley. Klefbom waits for Roy to clear. Now he will enter the zone. Oscar Klefbom being watched by Bozak and by Kessel, and Kessel will just backhand that puck down the ice. 7:55 left to go in the first period. And an offside call at the blue line.
This is the Sports Select Legends statistician. He knows the numbers, and the numbers start with a $sign.
Get your game on with Sports Select.
Well, our next score and win winner, courtesy of Safeway and Yoplait Stores or Yoptimal, is Kimberly Cox of Edmonton, who's won the Bull of a Marine Star watch thanks to Edmonton's 3rd goal of the night. It was scored by Benoit Pouliot, his 2nd goal of the game. And we're not done giving away prizes yet.
That's the way the Oilers play.
We got more to go. Fraser takes a hit from Kadri. And Fraser turns, lets a shot go. Reimer makes the save. Lander from the corner. Anton Lander back to the point, and Klefbom diving for it, deflected it into the Leaf bench.
A little push and shoving. I'll show you something a little earlier. Just the last rush up the ice. Check out the space that the Oilers have. It's almost like a half a zone gap control that the Toronto Maple Leafs are giving up to the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, you can't play that way in the National Hockey League against any team, or you're going to give up chance after chance, which we've seen so far tonight. You've got to make sure that you're up on the play, taking away time and space. The Oilers so far is just freewheeling.
Anton Lander gets an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And the Leafs are on the power play. Comes at 12:37. They are 0 for 1. They generated just 1 shot with the previous man advantage. And Drew, they have given up 12 shorthanded goals this season. That is the most in the National Hockey League.
Power play has, well, one of the reasons that they're down in the standings, their power play has just completely dropped off the map.
And especially on the road. 42 power play goals this season, only 14 away from home. Dion Phaneuf brings the puck in. He is checked by Boyd Gordon. Gordon strips him of the puck, and he will use a backhand to get the puck out. 1:20 left to go in the penalty to Lander. Kessel brings it in. Kessel back to the point. Phaneuf steps into a shot, deflected, scores. James Van Riemsdyk tipped that puck home, and it's a 4-1 game.
Well, three of the top offensive players get involved in this one. Phil Kessel finds Dion Phaneuf, and Dion, we all know, can shoot the puck, and he gets the puck on the net, and James Van Riemsdyk just knocks it down out of the air past Ben Scrivens. Good shot going to the net, but it's terrific eye-hand coordination by Van Riemsdyk, who's in perfect net front position.
Van Riemsdyk's got 24 goals on the season, only his 9th on the road. But it gets the Leafs on the board.
They've needed that.
Phaneuf and Kessel, as you mentioned, in on that power play goal.
The assist to number 3, Dion Phaneuf.
Wiley shot steered aside by Scrivens.
The time 13 minutes 27 seconds.
Klefbom to Eberle.
The Maple Leafs goal
Nugent
scored by
Hopkins going to
Van
net. Nugent
Riemsdyk. The
Hopkins
assist.
can't get it by James Reimer.
Nice little touch by Jordan Eberle. Terrific middle drive by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Yakupov trying to keep it in at the blue line. Can't do it. Lupul able to get it out to center. Now Derek Roy right in front of the Leaf bench comes out of that pile. Gets away from Smith and starts in with Teddy Purcell. Derek Roy. Stop. Purcell carries on. Gets it back to Ferentz at the point. They'll throw it around the boards. Keith Auley pinching. Purcell out in front for Roy, and Reimer covers that up as Derek Roy got knocked down. Rogers, Oilers hockey. And it's right here on Sportsnet.
Welcome back. Sport Check and the Edmonton Oilers want to send you to the 2015 NHL Entry Draft in Sunrise, Florida. Visit the West Edmonton Mall Sport Check flagship store between this Thursday, March 19th, and next Monday, the 23rd, to enter.
Oilers outshooting the Leafs 11-5 and outscoring them 4-1. Roy Purcell and Yakupov out there. Roy wins that draw back to Marincin. He'll play it behind the net. Yakupov checked by Gardner. Yakupov gets it to Roy. Phaneuf watching him as the puck comes to Teddy Purcell. Purcell, nice little touch pass to Derek Roy. Roy waits, delivers to Marincin. Marincin down low. Nice move around Phaneuf. Then to Roy, and he just missed on the glove side. How about Martin Marincin walking around Dion Phaneuf? I think you talked about it on the road that Martin Marincin is playing with much more confidence right now. So are the Oilers. First game back after a 5-game road trip has usually been their Achilles heels, and it has been that way for a lot of teams, but not tonight so far, as they've come out with 2 power play goals. Yakupov, his shot goes deflecting off the stick of Phaneuf into the netting.
Protecting what matters most to you and your team. You are covered with the power of Insight, the official construction insurance broker of the Edmonton Oilers.
One of the other aspects of Nail Yakupov's game is improved his battle. He was the guy that loosened the puck here. Now he's going to work to the front of the net, get net front position. He's going to battle for that position. Gets knocked off it, then he gets back on the puck right away. And later on in that shift, able to get that last shot close to the net.
Klefbom lets it go. Reimer steers that into the corner. Klinkhammer, Gordon, and Hendricks on the ice right now. This is Rob Klinkhammer. Behind the net for Gordon. Walks out, sweeps it around, and he hit the side of the cage. Hendricks in there to help out. He'll play it back to the point. Klefbom quickly over for Schultz. Schultz takes a hit from Van Riemsdyk, but keeps the puck in. Booth checked by Klefbom. Turning and shooting is Hendricks. Handled by Reimer. Keeps it alive for T.J. Brennan. Brennan recalled on March the 12th. Came home from Chicago in a trade on February the 25th. A lot of new faces in this Toronto Maple Leaf lineup. Guys like Stefan Robida and Roman Polak done for the season with injuries.
2 guys that, boy, you desperately miss. They are tough, veteran, give everything you got hockey players, and you miss them on the back end without a doubt.
Hey, let's give away some more prizes by shopping at Safeway. Barbara Massey of Leduc has won the Bradley 4-burner stainless steel, courtesy of Safeway and Yoplait Source or Yoptimal. I know Drew has a Bradley 3-burner, so Barbara's got us one up on you, big boy.
There's a lot of people that are one up on me, pal.
Oilers are 3 up on Toronto, and they've outshot them 13-5. They outshot Columbus 35-31 on that game Friday. Blocker save by Scrivens, unconventional, sends it into the corner.
Well put, my friend.
They don't ask you how. Flipped down the ice by Keith Ollie. Brewer will go back to get it. He'll give it to Morgan Riley. Riley, 2 points in his last 3 games. Here's Phil Kessel. He'll just backhand it in. Marincin will backhand it right back out. Tyler Bozak waits for Panik to clear. He'll play it back to Brewer. Brewer for Bozak. Bozak for Panik. Dumps it in. He'll go after it. Scrivens sweeps it around the board, but waiting for it there is Bozak. Bozak and Panik from the corner. The puck emerges, and it's Jordan Eberle with it, with Nugent Hopkins and Pouliot. Pouliot trying to get that puck to Eberle. Was broken up neatly by Phaneuf. Phil Kessel with it now. Kessel stops inside the blue line. Phaneuf fakes the shot and then has the puck stripped by Nugent Hopkins, who almost sent away Jordan Eberle. Nugent Hopkins leads this team in takeaways. Gardner for Lupul. Jeffrey Lupul moving in. Here's Lupul's shot. Scrivens got a piece of it. Fain plays it around the boards. Purcell waiting for it. And comes to Derek Roy. Roy to Ollie. And offside is a call as that puck was bouncing on Keith Ollie.
Nice pass by Jake Gardner. Gardner coming up the ice, and Joffrey Lupul gets on the wide side. Head up all the way, just a good snappy pass. This sends in Joffrey Lupul, who would desperately love to have a goal against his own team, the Edmonton Oilers. Lupul tries to go upstairs. Ben Scrivens fights it off with his shoulder.
I think he desperately want a goal. He hasn't scored in 18 games.
Absolutely amazing, isn't it?
5-time 20-goal scorer is currently sitting on 9 for the season.
With how many points in 14 games? Hasn't scored in 18 and no points in 14. Ouch. That's on the schneid right there.
Yep. And they'll play at home against San Jose on Thursday and then be in Ottawa for a game Saturday night on Hockey Night.
It's the battle of two teams wanting to make news in the NHL.
It's the soap opera game. Oh, man.
It's the daytime Emmys.
And Reeves Dyke. Nazem Kadri, speaking of a soap opera, lets a shot go. Scrivens the save with that shoulder. Keeps the puck alive, though, for Gordon. Nazem Kadri suspended for 3 games for missing a team meeting. Here's Hendricks snapping his shot. Reimer makes the save, no rebound.
Very publicly suspended.
Yes.
That's the big thing. The guy gets suspended, yeah, but it's the public way it was done. Good save by Ben Scrivens. Again, fighting it off, well, maybe unconventionally, and everybody kind of saying, who wants the puck? Cross up inside the zone. We'll cross. The wingers are going to interchange positions. Another shot on net. Little snapper, and James Reimer swallows it up, and no rebound opportunity for the Oilers.
Reimer was the winner of that game February 7th. He gave up 1 goal on 32 shots. The 1 goal was scored by Luke Gazdic, the Toronto kid. And that 4-5-1 loss by the Edmonton Oilers, as mentioned, he is not feeling well, so he is not in the lineup tonight.
Nugent Hopkins getting kicked out. Benoit Pouliot jumped the gun.
Pouliot does not have a hat trick. He's got 10 career 2-goal games.
Well, we were talking about it. Joffrey Lupul is struggling, trying to find something to grasp onto. On pace for 10 goals, you see it on the bottom, but last 14 games, 0 points. He's -6. He's got 10 minutes of penalties, which fine, but 21 shots only. I mean, that's a guy like Joffrey Lupul should be getting more than that in a game.
From the faceoff, Komarov gives it to Lupul with less than a minute to go in the period. Scrivens clears it away for Pouliot off his skate. Klefbom leaves it there. Lupul jumps on it. And lost it to Eberle. Here's Nugent Hopkins starting away. Ryan Nugent Hopkins, drop pass. Pouliot, wrist shot.
Same spot.
Upstairs and off the netting.
Same spot, but again, all the space that's available is mind-boggling. You don't really see this in the NHL because that's what coaches work on, is taking away space. But look at how much time the Oilers have to come up the zone. And a nice little play coming across, making sure Eric Brewer there gets his stick on the puck and deflects that shot high. But the Oilers are just freewheeling it up the ice. Their neutral zone is completely uncontested.
It almost looks like Olympic ice surface.
It does, because it's so wide open.
Bozak wins that draw, put up for Gardner, now to Panik. 40 seconds left to go in the period. Pouliot's got 17 points against the Toronto Maple Leafs, the most in his career against any one team. He'll have to play them 8 times a year. Feed held up there by Richard Panik. The puck is still alive as time winds down in the period. Kessel plays it back to Gardner. Gardner moves to the middle. Gardner still has it, lets the shot go, and it goes just wide.
Very nice skating by Jake Gardner.
Bozak centers it for Panik, but there was Scrivens to cut it off and hold it.
One of the bright spots of the Toronto Maple Leafs is a guy like Jake Gardner. Tyler Bozak's been good this year, too, as much as he can be. But Tyler Bozak battles. When you watch Bozak play, there's want in his game. He's going to battle to the front of the net, and he's trying to get himself open. He's just reading off, and he releases in front, looking for maybe that Gardner could see him. Maybe there's a shot pass towards him or something. Tyler Bozak's a smart player.
He and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins are both sitting at 19 goals as career highs, just waiting for Redding getting to that 20-goal mark.
The other thing is, too, with both Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Tyler Bozak, very good at taking the puck off the opponent. They're quick with their stick. They work hard away from the puck. Tyler Bozak, again, one of the bright spots for Toronto.
He is tied for 4th in the league in takeaways. Came into the game with 63 as they adjust the time on the clock. It shows 6.7 seconds right now.
Let's listen for the whistle and watch the clock.
So they've readjusted it to show 7.3 now.
Our producer extraordinaire, Larry Isaac, says nope, it should have been 7.8.
Yes.
And nobody argues with Larry.
Nope. Period comes to an end, and a great period for the Oilers back at home as they keep that power play rolling. They get 2 power play goals and lead 4-1 after 20 minutes. They also outshoot 14-8, Darren.
Welcome back. The weather has been great in Edmonton. I'm sure it's been great as well at all the Grapefruit League baseball. And it is on OLN. That's tomorrow evening as the Toronto Blue Jays take on the New York Yankees in Florida. It all begins at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain. And once again, a reminder, it is on OLN.
Gene, the first period scoring summary is brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
An offensive explosion. 53 seconds in. Benoit Pouliot, 15th goal. Eberle and Nugent-Hopkins. And then Jordan Eberle thought, that looked like fun. I want to do it. The power play continues to click from Justin Schultz, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Benoit Pouliot gets another one. That is a what, partner? Career high?
That is tying a career high for Benoit Pouliot.
And then Anton Lander on the power play. And then after that, James Van Riemsdyk on the power play from the Toronto Maple Leafs. 14-8 were the shots, and it was mostly all Oilers. They were terrific in that start of that period.
Jonathan Bernier pulled after giving up 3 goals on 4 shots. And James Reimer gave up 1 goal on 10 shots. And he is the goalie right now as the second period gets underway. Yakupov checked by Lupul. Gets it to Purcell, moving in with Roy. There's the first shot of the period, steered aside by James Reimer. Kessel can't get it by the first time. Oscar Klefbom now with a burst of speed. And then stopped by Fane, and it's Pouliot with the puck now. He'll give it to Yakupov, get the puck right back again. Quick pass over to Nugent-Hopkins. Oilers making a change.
The time as a coach, you're yelling good habits on the bench. You're talking good habits all the time. You're talking about puck management, being smart when you've got this 4-1 lead. Play the right way, it'll increase.
Jordan Eberle with 14 career 3-point games. And he got it in the first 10 minutes of that first period. Nugent-Hopkins to Marincin down low. Bozak on the intercept. We'll get it to Morgan Riley, and Riley uses the glass and sends that puck down the ice. Smith hustled and negated the icing. Eberle with the puck. Eberle to Fane. Fane tipped in by Hamilton. Lander and Fraser join that line as Hamilton throws a hit on TJ Brennan. Kadri, nice pass to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk with a quick shot, and there is Scrivens' first save in the second period. Smith behind the net. Back up top, Gardner. Lost it to Lander. Lander to the near side for Hamilton. TJ Brennan got that puck, quickly swings it around and gets it to Van Riemsdyk, who gives it back to him. Booth backhands it in. Another bright spot for the Leafs is David Booth of late. 6 points in his last 6 games. And when he is healthy, he is one of the fastest players on that Leaf team. I ask you, who is faster, Kessel or Booth?
Booth. Ooh, that one almost hit quite good.
Tipped in by Kozin.
You know what? It's a good question. I really think, well, Kessel is a fast player. He gets up the ice, and his, like we talked about before, his release is world class.
Smith releases a shot that misses on the glove side of Ben Scrivens, and Hendricks works his way to the red line, and then he'll shoot that puck in. Waiting for it is Klinkhammer on the near side. He'll leave it there for Boyd Gordon right out in front, and it came behind Hendricks. Panik with a touch pass to Smith. Trevor Smith lost it, and back the other way comes the fourth line. Panik on the check. Clefbaum chased back into his own zone by Lupin. Klinkhammer into the shift, will shoot that puck in. Back the other way comes Bozak. He's with Panik. Richard Panik goes cross ice for North. Wrist shots. Stopped by Scrivens.
We can't get the ice quick there. Nail Yakupov's play has certainly increased. He's at 11 goals now, but it's interesting when you look at where Nail Yakupov scores his goals. 10 of his 11 all on the right half of the net. Left-handed shooter, turns into the puck quite a bit, and when he shoots it, he pulls it past the goaltender. But when you watch Nail Yakupov in practice, what you're seeing now is Nail's trying to distribute that puck a little bit more. He's actually got that information, and now you see him trying to maybe get it to the other side of the net here and there.
As an assist on that third goal of the game, and has got his point streak up to 4 games.
You want to see players add to their game, and that's what Nail is starting to do.
Derek Roy backtracked there by Bozak, but it is Personal who gets it back to Roy. Roy will backhand it in. Morgan Riley lays it off the boards, can't get it by Teddy Purcell. Purcell, nice pass to Derek Roy. Roy lost an edge, and back the other way comes Joffrey Lupul. Lupul flips that puck in. Oscar Clefbaum turns from behind his own net. A long pass for Yakupov. Yakupov goes cross ice for Teddy Purcell. Derek Roy comes together with a stick of Brewer, and it turns the puck into a souvenir.
Edmonton International Airport. We'll move you.
Well, we'd like to remind you that Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's hockey game is Yoplait Source or Yoptimal.
Nugent Hopkins, Eberle, and Pouliot have been the offensive machine right now for the Edmonton Oilers, and we have seen it throughout the season, especially on that road trip. But they may have a decision to make when Taylor Hall comes back into the lineup.
Just talked to him between the periods. He's up here in the press box. He says he's coming back soon. He liked his skate today. Felt really good.
Mark Fane moves in. Kadri down. Fane, sharp angle shot off the stick of Nugent Hopkins wide. Fane recovers the puck, and he'll drop it back for Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins turns and gets it to Eberle. Jordan Eberle. As the Oilers crisscrossing all kinds of movement. Marincin shot comes off the end boards and comes to David Booth. Nazem Kadri crisscrossing with Van Riemsdyk. James Van Riemsdyk lost the handle. Dumps it into the near corner. Kadri there. Kadri turns. Lays it down low. It's picked up by Kozin. He'll get it to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk turned it over to Schultz. Schultz gets The lead line comes to Eberle. Jordan Eberle going to change, so he just flips it in. McWilliam with a pass for Sill, just out of his reach. And that is going to be icing.
Well, speaking of Taylor Hall, there's his two line mates, and what have they done since Taylor Hall has been injured? Pretty impressive. When you look at that, what you see is guys understanding the situation and being able to rise to the challenge. We always talk about with every injury, there's a challenge and opportunity for other players. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Jordan Eberle, they have really picked it up offensively. They have been the drivers offensively for this team.
And Jordan Eberle loves playing against the Leafs. This is his 8th career game. He got 12 points now.
The interesting thing, too, when you watch these guys, they're always sitting beside each other on the bench, but they're always talking to each other. And when Taylor Hall is there, there's the triplets, and they're talking to each other all the time as well. That's how you become Sedin-like, for lack of a better.
They would be the poster children for that communication and chemistry.
And they're on the bench. They're always talking to each other. Good line mates. You just know where the guy's going to be because you have that understanding, that conversation beforehand.
Brennan fires the puck in. Waiting for it there is Andrew Ferentz. Comes together with Sill. McWilliam trying to keep it in. Can't do it. Opportunity now for Hamilton. Hamilton driving for the net against Brennan. One hand got a shot away. Reimer forced to make the save, and now some more pushing and shoving. And that is Keith Awley getting involved with Andrew McWilliam. 4-1 is the score. It's Rogers Oilers hockey, and it's right here on Sportsnet.
Well, Drew and Kevin were talking about him, and there he is. Geez, hard to believe he's missed nearly a quarter of a season because of an ankle injury. That's him tonight. This was Taylor Hall this morning. Yesterday, he skated with goaltenders prior to the team practice. This was his first skate with the entire club, and he said he felt good. In fact, he said he might have gone a little harder than he should have. But something that Oiler fans are looking forward to seeing is his return to the ice sometime soon, and I guess that's all he and they can ask for.
Next game for the Oilers is Wednesday against Columbus. And then Philadelphia on Saturday. Without Taylor Hall, this current 19 games, they are 4-11-3.
He wants to get back and play this season, and he wants to go to the World Championship. So Darren was talking to Corey Hirsch and Scott Morrison about, can you just shut Taylor Hall down? A young player, still the long term is, of course, more important than short term for Taylor. So you just shut him down for good. And I think that's really up to the athlete. And this athlete wants to continue to play. And he mentioned that he wants to go to the World Championship. So does Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. So does Jordan Eberle. They want to continue to get better. They want to be a part of the solution here in Edmonton.
Derek Roy wins the draw, but Martin Marincin couldn't keep it in at the blue line.
And you look at a lot of the young players now that the Oilers are working with. Like a guy like Martin Marincin. And you have to give credit to Todd Nelson. Todd has been very good with these young players. He has made them believe that he believes in them. And that's what he talked about. When he first got here, he talked about building the relationship and getting the players to understand that he's on their side.
And playing with Mark Fane has got to help as the puck comes back from Gardner's stick right to Reimer.
And then Mark Fane, too. I mean, Mark Fane is an impressive individual because he goes out and plays every game. He's very consistent. He's one of those guys as a defenseman you trust. Craig Ramsey's talked about Mark Fane many, many times. He likes the fact that Mark wants to be out there in key situations, continues to look over him. He's +2 tonight. Thank you, David. And when you look at the way Mark Fane plays, he's very good at understanding how long he needs to be out there in order to be effective and when he needs to get off. Craig Ramsey said that's a talent in itself.
Leads this team in block shots, came into the game with 120. Gardner with the puck now. He'll go cross ice for Kessel, bounce it off the glass. Bozak has it hop over his stick. He gets the puck to settle down. 16 shots for the Oilers, 10 for the Leafs in a 4-1 game. Eric Brewer. Pass for Phil Kessel didn't work, and the Oilers are going to get a lot of guys on the ice.
There's Peter Horacek, and with Randy Carlyle, they were in a playoff position, 21-16-3. Since Peter Horacek took over, Randy Carlyle was fired 6-21-3. A difference of, well, .258 winning percentage versus a .562 winning percentage. I'm not saying Peter Horacek's a bad coach. He did a great job last year when he took over in Florida, and he was very good for Barry Trotz in Nashville. But
You talked about it.
Why? Who knows why? Now coming over the puck. Oh, you can't do that. Can't do that. Gonna come change. You gotta change.
Third power play for the Maple Leafs. They are 1 for 2. It was James Van Riemsdyk who got his 9th power play goal of the season. Fane will backhand it, and that one's going to bounce out for Boyd Gordon. Boyd Gordon against Morgan Riley. Gordon and Hendricks are up front on this penalty kill. Clefbaum and Ference on the blue line. As we mentioned in the first period, the Leafs have given up more shorthanded goals than any other team in the NHL. Gardner takes his time, gives it to Riley. Morgan Riley. Pass for Connick out of his reach. That allows Clefbaum to send the puck the length of the ice. Kenny Burchell on the move. Reimer forced to play it. He'll get it to Riley. Morgan Riley under some pressure. He and Gardner on the blue line. Quick pass up for Kadri. Drop pass for Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk hangs onto it. Back to Phaneuf at the blue line. He'll go cross ice for Riley. Riley to the middle. Van Riemsdyk down low for Kessel. Hopped over his stick.
Looked up and was thinking, take that across the net to Kadri, but couldn't handle it.
Kessel has it again. Kessel trying to bank it in, and he had Kadri going for the net. Phaneuf will give it right back to Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel, hard cross-ice pass. Here's an opportunity. Stopped by Scrivens as Morgan Riley came down low from the blue line.
11:35 left in the second. It's a 4-1 game. This is a critical penalty kill for the Edmonton Oilers. And Ben Scrivens probably going to have to be at his best. Good cross-ice pass, and Scrivens gets over in plenty of time. When he comes over, watch him. He stays up. Finds it, stays up, doesn't drop his shoulders, doesn't expose the top of the net. It's a good save by Ben Scrivens.
Talked about the 12 shorthanded goals given up. Since 2011, they've given up 35 shorthanded goals, most in the National Hockey League. That's incredible. 2 of them they gave up to start this Western Canadian road trip in Calgary. They've got 42 seconds of power play time remaining. Kessel being watched by Fane. Kessel takes a look. Down low, delivers the puck to Van Riemsdyk. It comes back to Brennan at the point. He'll give it to Phaneuf. Phaneuf throws it towards the net, and there is Ben Scrivens to make the glove save in traffic.
Van Riemsdyk in front. Dion Phaneuf always been very good at getting pucks to the net. We saw it when he was with the Calgary Flames, and with Toronto he hasn't missed a beat in that regard. He's excellent on the power play. Just throws that towards the net, and who's in front? Number 21, James Van Riemsdyk, wants to set up the screen. Ben Scrivens stays tall, doesn't go down the crouch, stays tall, finds the puck, gloves it for the stop.
Dion Phaneuf is stuck on 3 goals. He hasn't scored in his last 9 games. Think he gets much attention in Toronto from the media? Wow.
You know what? Whatever they pay him, they pay him enough, because he takes a huge amount of abuse. And when you look at Dion Phaneuf, I loved when Phil Kessel came out when all the controversy was happening during the trade deadline and sticking up for his teammates, sticking up for Dion Phaneuf. And I think Dion takes more heat than he absolutely deserves. There's a lot of teams out there that would love to have number 3 in their lineup, and he may be in somebody else's lineup after the summer.
10 seconds left to go in the third power play for the Maple Leafs as we close in on the halfway point of the second period.
He's the Justin Bieber of the NHL.
Wherever he goes, he has TMZ following him.
Yeah, he is. It just doesn't matter what he does. People aren't going to like him just for whatever reason.
2 shots for the Leafs on that power play. They're now 1 for 3. Bozak is checked by Nugent Hopkins. Puck still alive at the side of the net. Bozak gets it to Van Riemsdyk. Van Riemsdyk pushes it back to Brewer. He'll go cross ice. McWilliam down low for Kessel. Got Bozak out in front. Kessel lets the shot go. Scrivens the save, the rebound. Picked up by Clefbaum. He'll get it to Eberle. Eberle starts away with Fraser leaving the zone. Here is Fraser. Takes a hit, gets the puck in. Van Riemsdyk turns back the other way across the blue line. James Van Riemsdyk shot. Oh, what a glove save by Scrivens. He dropped it, found it, covered it, got the whistle.
Tried to windmill it.
Yep.
And it almost ended up in the net.
Patrick Waugh did that once.
Yeah, that was ugly. James Van Riemsdyk, he has the only goal. This is a good shot. Tries to windmill it, and it almost ends up going into the net, but Ben Scrivens fights it off. Puck's going to drop, and got to get that left leg out there. It was a nice job, actually, by Justin Schultz to take away Van Riemsdyk's second opportunity, because Van Riemsdyk followed that puck up and was going to jam it home.
13 saves for Ben Scrivens so far. Nail Yakupov to Teddy Purcell. Going one-on-one against Morgan Riley. Centering pass. Reimer. Stick on it. Ference keeps it in. Look at Yakupov. Checked by Panik. Ference there, but he had Smith all over him. Komarov gets to the red line. Puts it in the opposite corner. Keith Ollier takes a hit from Smith. The bite comes to the blue line, and Gardner unable to keep it in. Morgan Riley will bring it right back in. This is Riley going wide. Right out in front, an opportunity for Komarov, but he was stopped by Scrivens a couple of times. James Van Riemsdyk in a bid for 2 goals. Denied. Oh, cover that thing up. Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey features a doubleheader this week. First up at 5:30 Mountain Time, the Chicago Blackhawks visit the New York Rangers. Then at 8:30 p.m. Mountain Time, the Battle of SoCal as the Los Angeles Kings continue to chase a playoff spot as they head down the highway to take on the Anaheim Ducks.
That was really well done. He did a
Gene
great
can't
job
be
on
everywhere.
that.
Gene, you're out of work.
That was outstanding.
I wanted to start it with, in a world where there's doubleheader hockey. Hey, just to be dramatic, no?
I liked the way he did. I thought it was nice.
We've got a game that night too, big boy. You're not going to be sitting in front of the TV. The Columbus Blue Jackets are here to take on the Oilers on Sportsnet Oilers.
Last game of the road trip was against Columbus. It was a good back and forth one.
Hammer shot stopped by Reimer. No rebound for Boyd Gordon. Hey, and that's another great thing that we can talk about. Our producer, Larry Isaac, just informed us that the Ref Cam makes an appearance in our game on Wednesday. And then I'm hoping that at some point the Gene Cam will be instituted.
You know how the refs, we have to talk to the officials and see how much they like wearing that on their heads.
It is new and improved.
More streamlined.
Yes. So that's on Wednesday.
It's a great option Sportsnet gives you. You can flick over the ref cam if you're watching on Rogers Center Ice, and it's fantastic. You get a different angle and gives you an idea what the refs have to find and see and go through in order to make their jobs as efficient as they can.
Benoit Pouliot lost an edge, and the Leafs get possession back. Morgan Riley checked by Eberle. Lays it around the boards. Waiting for it there is Smith. Kadri behind the net. Kadri back to Riley at the point. Riley, nice move around Eberle. Riley driving in. Here is Riley, and he is stopped in the last second by a cool, calm Oscar Klefbom.
Good stick again.
Van Riemsdyk checked by Schultz. Klefbom delivers to Nugent Hopkins. 17-15. The shots are starting to tighten up, but the score remains 4-1. Off the bench is Hamilton. Hamilton's shot. Reimer got a piece of that. Hamilton gets it away from Booth. Centered it for Nook. Bobbled it. Kept in by Lander. Back to the point for Fane. He'll go cross ice for Marincin. Moves to the middle. A wrist shot through traffic. Reimer got a piece of that.
He's looking for Matt Fraser maybe on a deflection.
Fane trying to keep it in. Does for Hamilton to Lander. Anton Lander with it now. He lets a shot go. Morgan Riley got a stick in the way, and it goes up into the netting.
Ride the first side-by-side with a factory-installed turbocharger and leave others in the dust. The Can-Am Maverick XDS from Martin Motorsports.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins playing like a lion early in March. 11 points, top scorers in March, right behind Yuri Hudler, who has been phenomenal for the Calgary Flames this year. Zetterberg and Crosby. That's pretty good company.
It is.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
He plays the most of any forward in the National Hockey League. Just under 21 minutes a game. Loophole shot doesn't make it through. Bozak from the corner. He'll drop it back. Kessel with some jump here. With 7:20 left to go in the second period. Bozak behind the net. Marincin has him all tied up. The puck's still free. Coming out with it is Kessel. Kessel throws it towards the net. Lupul was right there. He and Fane locked together.
This has been a much better period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've got more of a will in this period to battle for loose pucks, to get after loose pucks. They're moving better off the puck. And they're not spending a heck of a lot of time in their own zone.
8 shots for the Leafs in this period. 5 for the Oilers. Roy brings it in. Teddy Purcell centers it for Roy. Oh, what a shot and a bigger save by James Reimer. His best save since coming on in relief of Jonathan Bernier.
That's 5-1 right there. And James Reimer took it away. When you talk to anybody with Toronto Maple Leafs, they talk about Reimer in glowing terms because he works so darn hard. And this is a great opportunity. Reimer gets across. Now he's going face first to the ice. He's got that belly down, but still extends the blocker enough to stop Derek Roy. And a second opportunity as Yakupov continues to go to the net. That is a terrific opportunity. Trevor Smith lost Derek Roy, and a great chance on net.
Eric Brewer sends it around the boards. Waiting for it is Komarov. A nice little play to Panik. And a good defensive play there by Ollie. 6.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Keith Ollie takes a hit from Komarov.
Komarov can hit. He is one of the top hitters in the NHL.
Ollie working him over. Komarov centering pass picked off by Yakupov, and a penalty on the way. And cross-checking for Keith Ollie, who has some words for Leo Komarov. Came into the game with 204 hits.
Top hitter on the Toronto Maple Leafs. He just comes in, solid check on Keith Ollie. Keith hangs on to the puck a little bit too long, and then he's going to get caught on the retaliation. That's the one right there. It was 3 shots the ref gave him. On the 4th one, he got to send the guy to the box.
And this is the 4th power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're 1 for 3. They got 2 shots on the last man advantage. 4 of their 16 shots have come on the power play. Ollie in the box for cross-checking. Phaneuf with a puck at the blue line. He will give it to Kessel and get it back again. Dion Phaneuf being hounded there by Gordon. Goes cross-ice, and there's a hard shot. Kessel with a rebound, and that was blocked by Fane. Gordon sends it the length of the ice.
Partner, good save. Huge rebound, but Kessel was just, he didn't get off his horse. He kind of looked at it and then went after the puck.
Phaneuf will lead the rush for Toronto. Drops it back for Kessel across the blue line. Dishes off Van Riemsdyk. Plays it around the boards. Kessel leaves it there for Phaneuf. Phaneuf puts it down low for Bozak. Bozak had it intercepted by Marincin. Van Riemsdyk fights him off and gets it to Bozak. Now to Kessel. Phil Kessel. Pouliot eyeballing him as it comes back to Phaneuf. Now Kessel on the half wall. Phil Kessel under pressure, gets it back to Phaneuf. A backhand pass to Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel goes cross ice, trying to find Brennan. Brennan. He will set up and get it down low to Bozak. Bozak pushes it near side for Kessel. Right out in front, tipped by Van Riemsdyk. High.
Wow, great chance. What a pass by Kessel.
Bozak's in so close, and that puck went almost straight up in the air. 37 seconds left to go. And the 4th power play of the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nazem Kadri flips it in, but it is Klefbom who turns it and sends it right back down. Reimer to Morgan Riley. Riley for Kadri. He is with Panik. Gains the line, shoots it around. Scrivens drops it back. Kadri on the intercept with the shot, and there is Scrivens to recover. Put that in the books as an ugly save, but he got it done.
James Van Riemsdyk with an incredible opportunity in front. All by himself. He just opens up the blade and just jacks it way over the net. All by himself. Lost coverage behind the net. Marty Marincin hits the net.
It's a 60-degree wedge.
A little bit, yeah, it was a 60-degree wedge. It was just I wanted this puck straight up. Ben Scrivens gives the puck to Nazem Kadri, and then you've got to fight. This is one you don't want to give up. You give the puck away. If you're the goalie, you're scrambling to get back.
He did just that. Penalty is over. Out of the penalty box comes Ollie. 2 shots for the Leafs, who are now 1 for 4 with the man advantage. Penalty off the skate. Hard shot there by Klefbom, juggled by Reimer. Klefbom from the point. Will send the puck deep for Pouliot. Pouliot behind the net. Got Nugent Hopkins out in front. Delivers for Everly. He was checked by Jake Gardner. Schultz keeps it in on the near side. He'll get it for Nugent Hopkins. Up top for Everly. Everly spinning to try to elude Gardner. Pass comes to Klefbom outside the line. The Oilers will have to regroup. Everly, 3 points on the night. David Booth. Pass for Gardner. Off the boards, too far. All he's got, Everly has to keep his head up as he gets hit hard there by Leo Komarov.
He saw it coming, so he was able to brace himself. But he couldn't get his feet stopped to get away from Komarov. Komarov can hit. Doesn't mind doing it.
Jake Gardner for Joffrey Lupul. Right on him was Ferris. Just over 3 minutes left to go here in the second period. Has only lost an edge, and the Leafs keep it in. Snapping a shot. Rebound for Bozak. Cleared away as he was tied up by Ollie.
A good play by Keith Ollie, because that took away a dynamic scoring chance.
Phil Kessel on the intercept. Drops it back for Joffrey Lupul. Lupul right down the middle. Gets surrounded by blue and orange. And back the other way come the Oilers.
Keith Ollie's blade is broken. He picks up his blade on the skate.
McWilliam hammered Roy right in front of the Oilers bench. Hamilton trying to keep it in at the line. Can't do it. Fraser will play it back to Fane, and that goes off and into the Leaf bench. Rogers, Oilers hockey.
It's been a tough night for Peter Horacek. This morning, though, he spoke of a much tougher situation in his personal life.
Gone through tougher things. I've had cancer, I've had different things in my life, and that's a lot tougher than going through this. So, father died of it, so there was something in the air of it. So, you realize there's things that are, bigger than hockey.
I loved his perspective. I love the fact that he tried to turn it into giving his team a chance to look at what's real in life and understand that what position you're in, you should be playing with passion every day, because reality sometimes is a really, really tough thing to swallow.
Just over 2 minutes left to go here in the second period. 21-19, the shots favor the Oilers. They've got a 4-1 lead. All the scoring in the first period. The hitting rising from the Toronto Maple Leafs as Kadri knocks down Marincin. The Leafs are the fourth best hitting team in the league. Number 3, pardon me. They came in with 2,186 hits. Lander throws it right through the blue paint.
4 or 5 guys who are over 100+ hits.
Here's Kessel on his horse, fires a shot, and there is Scrivens making the save.
That's Phil Kessel. Why you asked him who's faster, Booth or Kessel? That's why you asked that, because Kessel can really move.
Anton Lander's shot goes off Brennan. Reimer makes the save. Hamilton behind the net. Puck loose in the corner. Matt Fraser's got it. Fraser off of Lupul, and it comes right to Bozak. Bozak again to Kessel. This time he pulls up inside the line, delivers to McWilliam. Bozak has the puck. Bozak back to Brennan. Goes cross ice. Here comes a one-time shot from McWilliam. Less than a minute to go in the second period. The Leafs with a pushback. Kessel out of the corner, delivers to Brennan. His shot goes wide. The Oilers want to get this puck out, and Schultz will get it to center. Brennan shoots it right back in. But the Leafs are making changes, so that will give Oscar Klefbom some time. Klefbom, good move. Moving in, couldn't get the shot away, but he did make a nice move around Komarov.
Good backtrack.
Brennan flips it high. Knocked down there by Booth. David Booth snaps a shot, and that was blocked by Marincin, and that hurt number 85.
You could tell as he threw his hip back in.
Nugent Hopkins pass for Pouliot. Marincin has to stay on the ice. Here comes Booth again. David Booth showing some speed. His shot stopped by Scrivens. Rebound to the corner for Nuffin deep as the horn goes.
Not a great period for the Edmonton Oilers. You saw some pushback from the Toronto Maple Leafs. So this third period is going to be very interesting. You can't rely on Ben Scrivens to kind of hold you up in this 3-goal lead.
The Leafs outshoot the Oilers in that period 13-8, but nobody gets any scoring done. It remains 4-1 through 40. Let's take a look at the scoring summaries brought to you by Worley Parsons Cord. Visit WorleyParsonsCord.com to find your place on our construction team.
In the first 11 minutes of the first period, the Oilers had 4 goals. And then Van Riemsdyk replied, made it 4-1. Shots 14-8. You see the second period numbers with their face-off percentages and block shots and hits and whatnot.
Boyd Gordon was the king of the circle. He is 11-3 in the dot. Won 79% of his draws through 40 minutes. As the third period gets underway, the Oilers trying to take it home, leading after 2 for the 12th time this year. The Leafs have come back 5 times when trailing after 2 periods. Pass for Phil Kessel from Bozak didn't work. It comes to Teddy Bursell. His pass for Derek Roy out of his reach, and Kessel's got it. Kessel with Lupul driving to the front of the net. Kessel goes wide, still has it right in front. It comes for Gardner. A bouncing puck. Picked up now by Kadri. Nazem Kadri. Reimer, or that is Morgan's shot, and Scriven's got a piece of it. Lupul providing the screen. And Pouliot back the other way. Jordan Eberle. 3-point night for him. A goal and 2 assists for number 14. David Booth on the inside. Booth moves to the middle. Gets a return feed. A weak backhand is stopped by Schultz. Booth carries on 6 points in his last 6 games as he gets it to Phaneuf. Snaps the shot. Scrivens the save. No rebound for Nazem Kadri.
Introducing the new BF Goodrich KO2 tire. BF Goodrich. Take control.
Speaking of guys that take abuse for the Toronto Maple Leafs, how about Phil Kessel? When you look at his numbers, though, absolutely spectacular. Since 2008, he is 5th in the National Hockey League in most goals scored. 9 seasons in the NHL, only failed to score 20 or more twice. One year he had 19. The guy can put the puck in the net.
A 5-time 30-goal scorer. He had 37 last year.
There's no doubt he has gone cold, though. He's 4 goals only in his last 20 games. And he is struggling like anybody else on the Toronto Maple Leafs.
David Booth, Dion Phaneuf checked. And off the boards and out for Benoit Pouliot as the top line for the Oilers make a change. And it is Anton Lander's line who's on the ice right now. He off Ollie bobbles. Panik puts it towards Scrivens, and then trying to find a rebound was Smith. Then he got a face full of the glove of Anton Lander.
Stinky face. That's a bad. You can't get that smell out of your nostrils once you get that hockey glove in your face.
As Smith and Lander continue to talk.
Keith Ollie just misplays the puck, and it's just a centering play by Panik to Smith, and there you are. Protecting your crease, protecting your goaltender. It gets all sorted out. But again, it has been now a couple minutes into this period, and it's being played in the Edmonton Oilers zone.
Outshot 13-8 in the second period. The shot clock now favors the Leafs 23-22. James Reimer gave up 1 goal on 18 shots since coming on in relief for Jonathan Bernier. McWilliam traced back into his own zone. He and TJ Brennan on the blue line. Brennan to Panik. Panik. Hard pass for Komarov. Komarov going wide on Ference. Stops up, gives it to McWilliam. Fires a shot deflected by Panik. Scriven stayed with it and made the save. Randall fighting to get that puck out. He does get knocked down, but does deliver the puck out. Brennan right up the middle for Panik. Panik. Down to Smith. Smith with a wrist shot, and Scriven sends that into the corner. Lander starts the rush for the Oilers into the ship. Will dump that puck in, and then he will peel off as the wagon line comes on. Brewer and Hendricks in a battle for it. Zach Sill up the middle, intended for Lindstrom. Koza backhanding it in for Sill. He was checked by Klefbom. Boyd Gordon flips it for Hendricks. Hendricks snaps the shot. And there is Bernier again to make the save. Klinkhammer behind the net. for Hendricks. Tied up by Brewer, but Boyd Gordon carries on. Wraparound attempt. He got knocked down and then played the puck to the far side. Lindstrom. Pass just out of the reach of Kozak. Gordon gathers it up, and he will deflect that puck off the glass and out.
Ben Scrivens has to make another tough save, and this one is actually deflected by his own defenseman. This is the problems you run into when you have defensemen who are told to get in front and block shots. There, Keith Ollie tries to slide and wants to knock this puck down. It just goes off of Keith, and Ben has to make a difficult save.
He has made 24 saves so far. Phaneuf to Kessel. Checked by Derek Roy, and then Kessel gets the hip out and knocks down number 8. Fane against Bozak. Lupul in there as well. Kessel behind the net. Derek Roy trying to freeze the puck. Kessel trying to dig it free. Puck is still alive in there. Lupul in there to try and dislodge it. Joffrey Lupul. Checked by Yakupov. The puck comes to Fane. He can't get it by Lupul. Now Derek Roy will backhand it down the ice, and Phaneuf goes over there and gets it ahead of Nail Yakupov. Joffrey Lupul at center. He'll play it back to Phaneuf. Here's Kessel. Avoids the big hit from Everton. Pouliot to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins just at center. Or the puck now to Nugent Hopkins. He'll play it back, and Schultz will get it. You hear he's got time because the Leafs are making changes. Here comes Nugent Hopkins. Flips that puck in. He'll chase it himself. Booth plays it to Kadri. Nazem Kadri to the middle it goes. James Van Riemsdyk has got Booth on the fly. Here comes Booth wide. Out in front it comes for Kadri. The puck ends up going over top of the net. Maurice plays it off the glass, and he gets it by Booth, but this one is going to come back on the icing call.
Edmonton International Airport. We'll move you.
Now the ice negates the icing, but it was called icing, so we'll face off at center. Everybody makes mistakes, Drew.
Speak for yourself.
Bomb to Lander, he'll tip it in. Fraser gives chase against McWilliams. McWilliam had hold of Fraser's stick. Fraser stays with it. TJ Brennan trying to get it out. He'll get it to Richard Panik. Panik to an open wing, and it is picked off and brought in by Schultz. Schultz lost it at the last second. Reimer had to be sharp as he steered that puck away. Komarov throws it towards the net. Scrivens makes the save. Komarov. Checked by Lander, knocked him down as the puck comes to Hamilton, now to Fraser. Fraser dumps it in the opposite corner. Gordon, Hendricks, and Klinkhammer hop over the boards. 13:51 left to go here in the third period. The Oilers trying to split the season series against the Toronto Maple Leafs and snap a 6-game losing skid against the Leafs. Bozak to Kessel. He played it off Gordon right out in front. Turning, Lupul slid that one wide. Phaneuf hammers a shot, and that one missed the target. And it chases Morgan Riley back out to center. Phaneuf to Lupul. Lupul from Fort Saskatchewan. Gives it to a kid from Edmonton. Pass for Lupul didn't work. Morgan Riley's got it. He'll play it back to Phaneuf. Up the middle it goes. Kessel gave it right back to Phaneuf. Phaneuf gains the zone. The shot went off. Keith Ollie into the corner. Barons plays it off the boards. Can't get it out. Now on the near side. Teddy Purcell. Short little pass to Derek Roy. To Nail Yakupov, who was hit by Bozak. And now we get the battle of the chance.
So let's go Oilers, and then go Leafs go. And the Leafs aren't going. They've been very good in the second and much better even in the third. Chances around Ben Scrivens. There's more desire, more want in the game of the Toronto Maple Leafs. They're winning the races to the puck. They're battling for the pucks now. They weren't doing anything of the sort, and they're trying to put as many pucks on net as they can. They've taken the shot clock advantage with 26 to the Oilers' 25.
If you look at the Leafs season, it really got undone in January. They went 1-11-1. And right now, they're down by 3. Here to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Rogers Oilers hockey on the net. Outstanding play, outstanding results is brought to you by RE/MAX. Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
The power play continues to click along, and it will kick out to the outside. Beautiful delay. Jordan Eberle to Justin Schultz. Schultz walks the line, finds his man. Jordan Eberle coming off the boards. I love this by Eberle. Waits, comes off the boards, gets the puck, jacks it upstairs, and it's a beauty celebration right there by Jordan Eberle in our outstanding play, outstanding results, presented by RE/MAX.
And a 5-game point streak for Jordan Eberle. That has produced 11 points.
The kids call that a celly.
A celly, yes they do.
Good celly.
Schultz fires it towards the net. Morgan Riley was right there to block it. Van Riemsdyk, drop pass for Booth. Van Riemsdyk and Kadri, the forward line for the Leafs as the puck comes to Scrivens. Van Riemsdyk looking for it. Scrivens covers.
Cotswood Interiors, everything a furniture store should be. Inspiring selection, complimentary design service, and quality you can trust.
Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner. Watch future Sportsnet telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for 2 to a Grand Bahia Principe Resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals.
12 minutes, 11 seconds left to go here in the third period. The Oilers with a 4-1 lead. All the scoring in this game done in the first period. Cleared down the ice by TJ Brennan. And that's coming back on the icing call.
Todd Nelson talked today about the team and what he wants and how he wants to keep urging these teams to get better each and every game. And when you look at Todd Nelson and what he's done, I think he's brought that as much as he can, but he's still not happy with that inconsistent effort. He kept talking about on the road, the 60-minute plan, and he still hasn't got it from this guys yet today. They're good early, but it's been very good, a much better Toronto Maple Leafs team, and now the Oilers need to respond.
Anton Lander back to the point. Ferentz for Lander. Out there with Williams. Lander. Nice little pass to Fraser. Fraser back to the point for Ollie. Ollie plays it off the end boards. Lander gets it. Anton Lander turns, feeds it out in front. Punt it. Nice little play there to get the puck over to Komarov. Well, he's also got an interesting coaching decision coming up when Taylor Hall comes back in terms of the power play. Power play is red hot right now. Where does Taylor Hall go? And Scrivens covers it up. And he said, I said, you know, is he going to start in the first unit? Does he go to the second unit? And he said, well, that's a conversation we're going to have.
It's a great question. I mean, you never want to see a guy lose a position because of an injury. But, and especially considering Taylor Hall being as good and as skilled as he is. As you said, that power play is clicking right now for a lot of different reasons. But you can't argue with the chemistry that has been a big part of it, their success.
Shot from Brewer doesn't make it through. 10 power play goals in their last 19 chances. They are the 10th ranked power play team on the road, as they went 47% on that road trip. And it was in 4 games because that first game was, they didn't get a power play chance against Chicago.
And then conversely, you've got Peter Horacek, whose power play has gone absolutely nowhere. Back has gone to the bottom, 11.7%. But in their last 10 games, and well, now their last 11 games, they've scored 5 different times on the power play. So maybe it's starting to find its niche.
And Riemsdyk with his 9th power play goal. And that came at 13:27 of the first period.
You know, it's funny, the power play. There's some coaches that just have a great understanding and grasp of it. And if you look at Todd Nelson's record as a coach, he's always had good special teams, especially good power plays. and he just seems to be able to find the right guys at the right time, get them to do the right thing. But it was interesting what Jordan Eberle was saying about the stats creeping into their head early, so they're shooting for shooting's sake. But Todd Nelson said it begins with good structure, better puck retrieval, better net front presence. But he said one thing that we always tell the guys, you have to outwork the penalty killers. That's why their power play has been better. They've worked harder at it.
3 for 5 against Columbus in their last game, 2 for 2 so far tonight.
And we know those battle drills that Todd Nelson always does in practice. It has to have transferred over to their 5-on-4 play.
Phil Kessel, Joffrey Lupul with Tyler Bozak. Lupul checked by Mauricio. The puck comes free. Teddy Purcell's got it. Bozak pushes it into the corner. Lupul is there, and again, Mauricio stays with him. Roy to Yakupov. Yakupov, nice move around Morgan Riley, and a great pass to Roy. Roy's shot stopped by Reimer, and he'll hang on to it.
Rogers Oilers hockey is back in 48 hours as Edmonton hosts the Columbus Blue Jackets. Catch all the action at 8 p.m. Mountain Wednesday night, and note that this telecast is on Sportsnet Oilers.
We asked Nail Yakupov what's the difference in his game. He said, got to get your feet moving. And Nail Yakupov, now when he gets the puck, gets his feet moving. I think, though, with Nail, his feet were always moving, but maybe not as smartly as he's doing it now.
Bounced off the boards by Booth down into Oiler territory. The Oilers, as Gene mentioned, will play Columbus on Wednesday. Then the Flyers are here on Saturday as the Oilers start a 6-game homestand. Schultz under pressure from Booth. Gets it to Pouliot. Pouliot checked by Gardner. Booth from the corner. Booth behind the net for Van Riemsdyk. With Kadri, plays it back to the point for Brewer, but Brewer zigged with a pass was zagging. Van Riemsdyk. The Kadri, it gets by him, and it comes to Keith Olin. Olin for Hamilton. Ryan Hamilton starts the rush for the Oilers with Lander and Fraser driving to the front of the net. Fraser now behind the cage, takes a high hit there from Nazem Kadri, and Kadri, to his defense, went right to him. Now Ollie flies in and does some pushing and shoving.
Coming in, Nazem Kadri gets the elbow on Matt Fraser. Matt Fraser went down. It's a on this one, I don't think Nazem Kadri really throws this elbow with malicious intent. He's going to cut in the inside. The elbow's going to come up. Oh boy, he gets it out there. He comes back and comes in. Yeah, the elbow is up. Kind of elevates there. Down goes Matt Fraser.
So TD Force out to help Matt Fraser, and now teammates will help him get to the bench. And Matt Fraser in considerable difficulty. We'll be back to Rexall Place right after this.
Well, we hope Matt Fraser is okay after the hit he took from Nazem Kadri, as Fraser does not look good, and Kadri certainly does not look very happy with what has happened. Steve Staios, from 2002 to 2010, was a member of the Oilers, and also a real important member of the community. Look at his little boy Nathan. He was born here, as was his daughter Ella, and fast forward now to the future, as Nathan is a hockey player just like his dad. He's a 13-year-old hockey player, and Ella is involved in dance and gymnastics. For Steve, his wife Susanna, and the family, they definitely enjoyed their Staios in Edmonton.
They said coming back, it was just like being at home, immediately out with friends. Right now, the Oilers want to get a power play goal from Matt Fraser, who is in the dressing room. Kadri in the penalty box for a hit to the head. The Oilers on their third power play of the game. Schultz will give it to Everton. Nugent Hopkins, Lander. Teddy Purcell with the puck now. Purcell back to the point for Schultz. Schultz will give it to Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins feeds Purcell, gets it back again. Up top for Schultz. Now to Eberle. Eberle back to Schultz. Schultz fakes the wrist shot. Here comes a one-timer from Nugent Hopkins, and that was blocked by McWilliam. Nugent Hopkins gets it back again. Tried to feed it across. Schultz has got it to Eberle. To the middle for Purcell. Purcell. Checked by Phaneuf and Komarov. And the Leafs get that puck out to center. Under a minute to go in the power play. The second unit comes on the ice. It includes Matt Hendricks. Benoit Pouliot sitting on 2 goals right now. Hendricks gets inside the blue line. Checked by Panik. Morgan Riley sends it around the boards, and that ends up going all the way down into Oiler territory. 27-26. The shots on goal favor the Oilers. They lead by the score of 4-1. Klefbom gains the zone. Gets by Morgan Riley. Klefbom circles the net. Oscar Klefbom's got Yakupov up top. They switch. This is Yakupov snapping a shot that went off of Brewer. Derek Roy gets it to Yakupov, trying to feed it back up top to Klefbom. Instead, it was intercepted by Richard Panik. Yakupov, nice play.
He's going to get called for tripping. That's the new rule this year. They get the puck, but this one comes back, and Nail Yakupov is going to get 2 for a trip.
The Oilers did not get a shot on that power play.
Here's the penalty coming up. Nail Yakupov coming back. It doesn't matter if you even hit the puck here. He doesn't even hit the puck. He takes the man's legs out. I want to see the Nazem Kadri hit again. Watch this. As he comes off, this is definitely, his arm is already out. He is making direct contact in the head. When I first saw it, I thought, you know, it wasn't on purpose. That one is a malicious contact to the head. It's a hit that you absolutely cannot have in the game. Defenseless opponent, and Kadri gets his arm out and elbow up, making direct contact with the head. That is something that I was surprised it was only a 2-minute penalty. I think it might get looked at by the NHL.
Yakupov is in the penalty box for tripping. The Oilers penalty killers on the ice, as this is the 5th power play for the Maple Leafs. It comes with 6:52 now left to go in the 3rd period. Boyd Gordon wins the draw. Mark Fane will send it the length of the ice. And it goes up the middle for Bozak. Bozak to the captain Phaneuf. Checked by Fane. Bozak gets it right back to Dion Phaneuf. Phaneuf to Kessel. Kessel for Bozak. Van Riemsdyk is in front. Phaneuf to Brennan. One-time shot coming. Pad save for Scrivens. The traffic provided by Van Riemsdyk. Phaneuf now fakes the shot. He'll give it to Kessel. Phil Kessel delivers to Brennan, but it is kicked off instead by Matt Hendricks.
He read that, didn't he? He saw that the whole way.
Phaneuf with $1:05 left to go in the man advantage. Shot in by Jake Gardiner. Lupul racing after it. Kadri worked it back, but it was picked off by Nugent Hopkins. He is out there with Teddy Purcell, and Purcell will backhand it in. Bernier leaves it for Gardiner. Gardiner. Now to Morgan Riley. Riley quickly across the ice for Kadri. Kadri hit by Ferentz. Sends him into the boards, and Kadri down. And that brings all kinds of traffic as the captain takes Kadri into the boards. And Nazem Kadri turned before he got hit.
Now we'll see if there's any calls coming out of this.
Ferentz still talking to Kadri.
Kadri comes in and then exposes him. And then this is something that guys do all the time now. With a man coming at you, why expose your back to the man and put yourself in that situation? Andrew Ferentz is in no man's land. He cannot pull back from that hit. So when you turn your back, and this is what young players do now because they've seen these younger players in the NHL do it, if you just stay shoulder to shoulder with the boards, the guy hits you and he bounces off. You can use the board as momentum and a little boost to push back. But once you turn your back, you've got no ability whatsoever to protect yourself, and the guy who's going to hit you, he can't stop by the time he's already engaged.
No further penalties on the play. Still 35 seconds left to go in the Yakupov minor. Marincin plays it around the boards. Komarov waiting for it there against Gordon. And now he has to deal with Fane and Gordon. 2 penalty killers working hard as Sill in the corner The puck does come free. It comes back to Morgan Riley. Riley, nice move around Hendricks. He plays it to Gardner. Zach Sill to the corner for Komarov. Behind the net, Hendricks in a battle there with Booth. The puck comes free. Marincin trying to get it as well, but look at Hendricks. Work hard and play it off the boards and down the ice as the penalty comes to an end. The Leafs had 2 shots. Yakupov out of the penalty box, joined by Derek Roy and Teddy Burchell. 4:40 left to go in regulation time. Komarov to Bozak. Bozak off his stick, left bomb, gets it to Derek Roy. Roy turns quickly to Yakupov, who tips it in the zone, and then he's going to change. Eric Brewer around the boards it goes. Nice little touch pass from Lupul to Bozak, who gives it. Give and go with Kessel. Rebound in front, and Lupul got there just late. That was close.
It was a bit kind of. Ben Scrivens just knocked the puck down right in front of his crease.
Kessel on the intercept, an opportunity for Lupul, and it goes just by his stick. Pouliot back the other way. Nice move kicking around Bozak. Pouliot delivers to Eberle. Eberle cuts to the middle, drop pass for Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins shot. That was wide, and another penalty coming up. And with 3:49 left to go here in the third period, the Edmonton Oilers are going on the power play. Take a look now at the play of the game. Brought to you by Rogers. Live like never before.
Power play keeps rolling along for the Edmonton Oilers. But this one, I was thinking about this is the Pouliot goals, I'm sorry. 2 big blasts by Benoit Pouliot. First one wasn't a power play. And then Benoit Pouliot walks in and rolls in for 2 big shots on our play of the game.
His 10th career 2-goal game. Still looking for his first hat trick. And he's on the ice right now with 3:49 and a power play opportunity. Bozak got 2 for tripping, 2 for unsportsmanlike, and a 10-minute misconduct. His night is done.
Tyler Bozak.
And the Oilers 2 for 3 did not generate a shot on that last power play. They have generated 4 shots with the man advantage and have gotten 2 goals.
And a game misconduct.
And let's take a look now at the game review.
That's what I was looking at before.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. Power play is terrific. 2 power play goals, and they got a chance to add to it in the last 4 minutes of this game. Jordan Eberle, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins keep driving this team forward offensively. 5 points tonight, 21 in the last 6. That's impressive. And the start, 4 goals in the first 10 minutes and 59 seconds for the Oilers have really salted this game for them.
And now a chance to just take your time on the power play. You got 3 minutes and 38 seconds of power play time. You got 3:27 on the clock.
Yeah, you could just be smart, be selective, take the shots when they're available to you, and just hang on to the puck and take the game away.
Nugent Hopkins gains the line, gives it to Eberle. You know they want to get to the hat trick for Benoit Pouliot.
Right, they do. Yeah.
Standing in front of the net, now he'll have to vacate as the Oilers go back and regroup. Nugent Hopkins given a bump there by Komarov, who has been hitting everything in blue and orange. Here's an opportunity for Nugent Hopkins, centering pass. Pouliot lays it back to Klefbom.
That's exactly what he was doing right there.
Now Pouliot will go in front of the net. Nugent Hopkins works his way in. Nugent Hopkins has the puck again. Ryan Nugent Hopkins works it back to Schultz. Schultz will give it to Nugent Hopkins. Checked by Smith. Leaves it there for Eberle. Schultz back to Eberle. To Schultz. Schultz winds. Wrist shot through traffic. Deflected into the corner. Eberle trying to hunt it down, but instead it was Trevor Smith who worked it back down into Oiler territory. The Oilers looking to snap a 4-game losing streak here at home and a 7-game losing skid overall. Derek Roy centering pass for Yakupov, broken up there by Morgan Riley. Sent out by Brewer to David Booth. Booth checks Fane. This is Yakupov with Roy. Yakupov avoids the hit from Booth. Nice pass to Marincin. Marincin with a wrist shot. Roy trying to get a stick on that. Yakupov spins. Brewer knocked him down. And a penalty coming up.
Wow.
Eric Brewer.
Now, Yakupov's, I think, going to get a... Oh, no, he called him Brewer. It looked like it was a second there that he was going to call on Yakupov. Because Toronto had the puck. Here's a quick replay. Late coming out. That's taking out Nail Yakupov. And when Nail Yakupov looked over, that's when the ref put his hand up.
The Goals for Kids program is proudly sponsored by Synovus. For every Oilers goal this season, Synovus will donate $400 to Kidsport. To date, the Oilers have scored 159 goals for a total of $63,600.
5-on-3 for, well, 2 minutes 50. Yeah, that's what's left in the game. Gordon in front, along with Hendricks. Here is Klinkhammer. The wagon line out there to try and get one on the power play. Why not? Schultz and Klefbom on the blue line. This is Hendricks. Back to Schultz. One-timer. Fake shot. Hard pass from Klefbom over to Hendricks. Hendricks will get it to Schultz. Here comes the hard shot from Klefbom. That one missed the target. Hendricks lost it to Phaneuf. Phaneuf still has it. Gordon trying to track him down. Schultz, good job to keep it in at the point. He'll get it over to Klefbom. Oscar Klefbom. Hendricks out in front. This is Klinkhammer. Klinkhammer dances his way in. Schultz lets the shot go. That was blocked before it could get through. It went off of McWilliam. Under a minute to go. Schultz. Cross ice. Quick shot by Gordon. And a save by James Reimer.
Hendricks taps Komarov on the helmet as the play goes to the net. Boy, Gordon doesn't get everything he wants. It was a good keep in by Justin Schultz, as you mentioned. A great pass there by Oscar Klefbom. Looking one way, passes it the other. It's like the old Magic Johnson in basketball. No looker.
Todd Nelson letting the trail hands have some time on the power play. 31 shots for the Oilers, 29 for the Leafs. And now it's Benoit Pouliot's turn to try and get the trick. 46 seconds left to go in this one. Pouliot along with Hamilton and Lander. Lander across the blue line. Anton Lander lost it. Smith has got it to Riley. And Riley will send it down the ice.
A little sloppy there.
Here comes Justin Schultz. Schultz to Pouliot. Pouliot inside the blue line. Pass for Hamilton behind him. He'll work it back to Klefbom. Oscar Klefbom sees Lander. Lander to Pouliot. Couldn't pull the trigger. Schultz. Klefbom does. Reimer makes the save. It comes to Pouliot. And the Edmonton Oilers snap a 6-game losing streak against the Toronto Maple Leafs in convincing fashion. They won that game in the first period.
They certainly did. Ben Scrivens had to be relied on in the second, but in the third, everything took over. But it was the start that changed everything.
A 4-game losing streak at home comes to an end.
Rogers Oilers Hockey. Brought to you by Rogers, official partner of the Edmonton Oilers and the NHL. By Molson Canadian, anything for hockey. By Ford, official automotive partner of the Edmonton Oilers. By Scotiabank, you're richer than you think. And by the Rexall family of pharmacies.
The Three Stars are brought to you by Molson Canadian, diehard fan and proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers, and it is a clean sweep for the number 1 line. And the part of the Edmonton Oilers, Jordan Eberle, Benoit Pouliot, and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, your 3 stars this evening. Who will be the stars on Wednesday night when the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Edmonton Oilers meet for the second time in less than a week? Well, Edmonton wanted to kick off their 6-game homestand and do so with a victory and in style. And that is something they did this evening against the visiting Toronto Maple Leafs. Now let's get you connected with Sportsnet Central.